Hi guys, welcome back to a brand new piercing reaction video. How are you all doing? Hello. What is the Darjeeling? What is the scalding hot Assam? The Lapsang Souchon? What is the tea?
I would like some more tea.
Today we are here for a piercing reaction video, but with a twist, and we're here to talk about a news story that went around a few months ago that has just been sent to me. I remember vaguely hearing about it when it happened, and I was like, oh, check it out, and I actually just completely forgotten, but someone just resent me this article, and I was like, yes, I meant to make a video about this. Arkansas's dad is arrested for piercing son's ear. What the hell? So someone has been arrested for piercing their own son's ear. So I don't know what to make of this headline, but we're going to be talking all about that today. But just before I do start, of course, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos that are coming up. But let's not beat around the bush, and get on with this bizarre piercing story, girls. So I know you're just gonna have to excuse the fact that it's on the Daily Mail. The Daily Mail, the gays love Mail. I know only 3 people are gonna understand what reference that is. The Daily Mail crashed into the Arkansas's dad is arrested for piercing son's ear in state where body art is banned on children under 16 regardless of parental consent. As viral arrest shows, 5 cops barging into family home. 5 police officers? 5? First of all, whenever I see Arkansas, all I can think now is like, why is America explain? I cannot see this name now without thinking of that viral meme from back in like Vine. I think it was a Vine, wasn't it? Back in like 2013. America explain!
But this one is not Arkansas. America explain!
The history of the internet makes me sad sometimes. Now I just got people on the internet doing this. 1 million views! Disgusting! Police in Arkansas were caught on camera barging into family home to arrest father after he pierced his son's left ear. Jeremy Sherland, 45, of Tonningtown, is seen on viral videos scoffing and laughing as 5 police officers arrest him inside his home while his wife and son protest. Wow. Sherland is heard yelling, "Body art without a license." His son, who films the encounter, yells at the police at one point, "I wanted my ears pierced." The situation began when the boy was seen in class with a piercing in his left ear. He was overheard saying his father was drunk and put him in a chokehold, then shoved the piercing in his ear, according to police. I guess this is the photo of him. So, I mean, just on the outskirts, like, you gave your son a headlock while you were drunk and then pierced his ear? Okay, let's withhold judgment right now.
Hold your horses!
So he was arrested on Thursday and spent 2 nights in jail. Wow, 2. Okay, so apparently this is the video of it all happening. So let's just see what the video is.
What? What are y'all doing?
These people are coming to arrest. Why are you in my house?
For what?
So he's laughing at the piercing his...
Body art without license.
Guys,
Jesus.
chill.
God, they're so aggressive.
What is really going on here? You got them?
Yes, I got all of them.
Guys, you're in the cameras. This is ridiculous.
So this is the father being arrested by the police. They said 5, but there's only 4 officers there. Said originally 5 officers.
Here without a license. Takes 3 cops, 4 cops. Coming into my house without permission. No permission. They busted in my front door. This is the boy right here. He got a pierced ear by his dad.
Okay.
These cops busted in my door. Busted in the front door.
I wanted my ears pierced.
Cuffs on this boy for nothing.
So, this is... I'm a little bit bewildered. I'm a little bit bewildered as to what's happening. So they've come in. There's 4 officers there. It says 5 in the thing, but we can only see 4. Maybe there was another one. It does say 5 cops here, but there was only actually 4 that was just shown. So maybe there was another one somewhere. Maybe I'm being blind. I don't know. So they came in, arrested him. The guy's laughing. I mean, he doesn't look very happy here. The guy's all laughing and scoffing, being like, "Lol, body art, piercing my son's ear." And they've taken him away and they've arrested him, and he spent 2 days and nights in prison. A Springdale Police School resource officer contacted the police department Thursday about conducting a welfare check. Tontitown's How do you say this word? Hang on, I need to work out how you say this word.
Tontitown.
Tontitown, apparently is how you pronounce it. Tontitown. What a fun Tontitown. Hello, I'm from Tontitown. Sounds a bit doesn't it? Oh, can't say that word now. No, demonetized. Tontitown.
I think he's a male gay.
Tontitown officers went to the family home and Sherland admitted to piercing his son's ear but would not let them speak to his son or answer questions. Police then returned with an arrest warrant issued by the prosecuting attorney for Washington County, Matt Durrett. Okay, so the police did go first and then he said yes, he did do it, but then didn't let him speak to the kid. Under Arkansas law, it is forbidden to perform body art on a person under 16 years of age, regardless of parental consent. It is also illegal to perform body art in an unlicensed facility, violation of the law in a Class D felony. Okay, so I'm not going to pretend that I understand, obviously, a lot of American law, because I really don't. To me, it's really confusing, especially because, like, it varies state to state. The video which went viral showed 4 officers. So where's the 5th one? There's 5 officers, and now it's saying 4.
So you lied to me before?
The video which went viral showed 4 officers at the house of Sherland being arrested on Thursday. Multiple officers held him against the wall and placed him in handcuffs as the woman was heard asking for explanation. The person recording, who identified himself on TikTok as the son, asked, "Why are you doing this?" When the officers stated the charge, Sherland laughed and said, "Body art without a license." He briefly resisted before police succeeded in shoving him out of the door, and his wife and son followed. "Piercing is done here without a license," she yelled after them as he is marched down the street. "It takes 3 cops, 4 cops coming into my house with no permission, and busted in my front door. This is the boy right here who got his ears pierced by his dad. These cops busted in my front door, And then the son says, "I want my ears pierced." Sherland spent 2 nights in the Washington County Jail and was released Saturday on $1,500 bond, online jail records showed. He also faced complaints of endangerment and welfare of a minor, resisting arrest and obstructing the government operation. So this is a very interesting case. I did try to look for other updates and things of this. And it does say here the charges against the Tontitown father were, after allegedly piercing his son's ear, were dropped. I looked as well and I was looking at other kind of laws and things. I was like, I wonder what it is here, and yeah, it says here, a person shall not perform body art on a person under 16 years of age, regardless of parental consent, except for when authorized or prescribed by a physician's, so obviously a doctor or something if something's need, I guess, medical needs. I know I have quite a strong stance when it comes to piercing babies. In my very last video we just did, there was a girl who was piercing her baby's ear at home with a piercing stapler, and then using numbing cream on the kid's ear and stuff, and giving a description and it was like a step-by-step guide as to how to do this piercing at home, which for me, in my case, there should be some kind of repercussions for that.
Death.
Not only what you're doing irresponsible on the internet, telling other people what to do when you have no idea what you're doing, it's also you're endangering your own child. And in that case, I would say, yes, there should be some kind of penalty for what she's doing, especially as well, a short that I posted last week as well, showed a video of a young baby who must literally only be a couple months old with 6 ear piercings, and one of them was vertically through the cartilage piercing. And in that case as well, I think there should be some kind of penalty for that, because even as an adult, getting a cartilage piercing is very painful, very painful. Getting a cartilage piercing, anyone's got a cartilage piercing, especially along the top here, it is very painful. So to put an infant baby through that level of pain, that is really bad.
Perverse and degenerate.
So again, then I think there should be some kind of penalties. To be honest, with this, I'm definitely more concerned by apparently he was overheard saying his father was drunk and putting him in a chokehold, then shoved the piercing in his ear, according to police. So if the father was drunk and then got his kid in a chokehold because the kid said he wanted his ears pierced, and then pierced him in his ear, the boy in question, I think it's not completely unfathomable that the kid afterwards would be like, "Oh, it's just a joke," and "Oh, no, I wanted my ear pierced." I think sometimes, there's not really a lot of information here to go on, and what I've tried to find afterwards is just the charges were dropped. There's not a lot to go on to think what else is happening in the household, because to me, that's what I'm finding more worrying here than just him piercing his kid's ear. I think if it was forced the way that it's saying, then in a way I'm yeah, I kind of understand why he was arrested, because the boy's most likely going to then defend his father after, because maybe there's, I don't know. It's all speculation. I can't prove anything. Again, there's not really much more information than what I've just read you, and I've tried to search for some things, and there wasn't really a lot out there. How do I feel about this? I don't know how I feel. I'm assuming this kid's 15 or something then, because if he's under 16, you're not allowed to do it, so he can't be 16. So I guess he's like maybe 14 or 15. I'm not sure. Did it say his age? So I can't see. I've looked at a couple different articles, and I can't actually seem to find like the kid's age. So I'm assuming he's like 14 or 15. His voice wasn't exactly like very high, so I'm assuming he's probably hit puberty age. So I think this is tricky because in the UK, we do have different laws, obviously, than America. And it says here, according to the NHS website, there is no legal age restriction on most body piercings, but performing genital or nipple piercings on someone under the age of 16 could be considered an offence. Some local authorities and piercing businesses may have their own regulations concerning age limits and consent for body piercings. I know some of the laws in the UK do change regarding like extreme modifications because of the whole scandal that happened a few years back with the body modder Dr. Evil, who was performing like illegal anesthetics and like doing tongue splits and like removing people's ears and things. So like a lot more sort of like strict rules regarding body modification came in. Hence, like you can't actually do dermal punches here now on the ears, because I have been asked many times as to why I do have my conch punch through if it is illegal until I get it done dodgy. No, I just got mine done in 2017 before the laws changed, and I was literally on the verge. It must have been even like maybe 6 months after I had mine done. The laws changed, and it was all because of the Dr. Evil scandal. I know it's a crazy name, Dr. Evil. It sounds all evil and sinister. That was just his like persona name, I guess. When it comes to body piercings under the age of 16, like I am definitely on the borderline of agreeing with some of this stuff. I don't think things like ear piercings, like earlobe piercings or whatever, even a nose stud should, like if you're under 16 and your parents are consenting to it and you get it done professionally, you don't go to Claire's, I don't really have an issue with it. My biggest issues are things like surface piercings, like especially like on the face, or like eyebrow piercings or bridge piercings, or like in like getting things like conch punches, obviously known like rook piercings. I think there are a few piercings in the ears and like on the face, and surface piercings like belly button piercings, like nipple piercings, and of course genital piercings. To me, you shouldn't get them done until you're at least 18. You're still growing, your face shape is changing and everything. And thinking surface piercings like here, or like even getting cheek piercings or lip piercings, like your face is still changing shape. Like a little nose stud, to me personally, is not the biggest deal. Or like earlobe piercings or something. There are some piercings I do think you should wait until you're 18. That's just my opinion. I know not everyone agrees with that, but
I said what I said.
I actually find this quite shocking that it says that you can actually get genital nipple piercings. It says but performing genital nipple piercings on someone under the age of 16 could be considered an offense. So could be considered. So it's not even guaranteed. Like, I'm surprised. And this is according to the NHS website. So I'm surprised that that's a thing. I think it's actually quite outrageous to say, oh, a 16-year-old could get nipple piercings. Like, to me, that's weird. Like, absolutely not. Like, why? Whether this guy has been arrested, I mean, obviously different places have different laws. Like, the police were really just following the law here. And I think if you know that it's unlawful to pierce children's ears under 16, why would you do it? And then why would the kid go to school and show people? Maybe they didn't know the law completely. I'm not sure. The thing is, I would understand if it was like this brand new law that came in that no one really understood or known or whatever. Surely if this kid wanted a piercing, he probably would have spoken to his friends about it, and there would have been chat around the school, because it's very common for like kids and stuff to talk about piercings, want to get their ears pierced and things. This is very normal. And like, even when I grew up, I know again our laws are a bit different, but like you would hear kids talking about it all the time in school, being like, oh, I want to go get my ears pierced. I would love to get ears pierced. All the girls have like earlobe piercings. They'll be talking about them all the time. Would the culture be that different in Arkansas to be like, they wouldn't be talking about piercings? Like, even if they're not like, I'm sure I've probably got subscribers from Arkansas who watched me back in the day who were talking about piercings with their friends. So like, surely you would know that like you couldn't get it done, because I'm sure a lot of these kids and things would have probably asked for piercings and then been like, no, you can't until you're above 16. For you to do it and then the kid to go to school with an ear piercing, knowing that it was against the state law, surely you would have known something would have happened. And then you think that no one would say anything, as if like, oh, well, the law doesn't matter for you because you did it yourself. But this is the main thing as well, is the fact that you pierced your kid's ear at home yourself when you didn't know what you were doing. And by the kid's account, you were drunk and you held him in a headlock. I'm not surprised you were arrested. I don't know. I'm really torn on this, because at one point I'm like, yeah, there should be some repercussions for things, but like, I think because in my country, doing this wouldn't be illegal. And sometimes it's difficult to be like, oh, it's illegal then. It just seems such an insane thing to be like, I'm arresting you for piercing your kid's ear. Oh, it's hard. It's tricky. How do you feel about this? I feel like this is actually going to be like, I think the opinions in the comments here are going to be quite divided because I actually don't know how I feel about this. This is a very interesting story and I've never heard anything like some burping. Oh, unleash the beast, girls.
Now cut that out.
I just spilt it all down me because I was being a twat. When it comes to the school wanting a welfare check, I am 100% on their side. Like, if you heard the kid in school saying, yeah, my dad was drunk and then he got me in a headlock and then shoved a piece of metal through my ear, I would myself be like, okay, what's happening in that house? Why is there a drunk father headlocking their child? So in that case, I'm like, absolutely. So that's probably why he was arrested more than the fact that he had an ear piercing, because like, would they have fully maybe they would have given him a caution and been like, you can't do that, but because of the other side of the story of him being drunk and holding me a headlock, that's probably why he was arrested. Although what I will say is it says also here, it is also illegal to perform body art in any unlicensed facility, and that again is probably why he was arrested, because that I completely agree with as well. Like, people shouldn't just be like piercing shit just because they want it, or like in some, you know, again, it's like dirty environments. I don't think you should be doing it. I don't know, it's difficult, isn't it? It's very difficult. It's very, very straight. It's a very odd case in this, and I'm genuinely a bit torn.
This is how I feel.
I think as well, because I don't think this would ever happen in the UK unless it was like a severe like case of like abuse. Like, the UK system when it comes to children is a bit shit. I was definitely failed by the system as a child. So I actually have the official like police press release. It says, on the 20th of April 2023, the Tontitown Police Department was contacted by the Springdale Police School Resource Officer in reference to conducting a welfare concern on a juvenile male who resides in Tontitown. The SPD SRO, I don't know what that actually means, stated a male juvenile went to school with a piercing in his left ear while sitting in class talking with other students and a teacher present. The juvenile male stated his dad was drunk and put him in a chokehold and shoved a piercing in his ear. The Tontitown officers responded to the resident and contacted the male identified as Jeremy Sherland and the father of the juvenile male. Officers explained the reason for their presence and asked Jeremy about the incident. Jeremy admitted to piercing his son's ear. Officers attempted to investigate the alleged crime further, but Jeremy refused to allow the officers to speak to his son and refused to answer questions. At the time, officers left the residence without incident. A person shall not perform body art on persons under 16 years of age, regardless of parental consent. It is unlawful to perform body art in an unsolicited facility, which we've seen. Violation of the law is a Class D felony. Additional charges: endangering the welfare of a minor, refusal of submit to arrest, and obstructing government operations. So yeah, they're pretty much just saying what the article said. I find it interesting that the video didn't state anything about like the drunken chokehold, because I feel like maybe they couldn't, I know the police have to be very careful what they say, so maybe they couldn't add that charge just then, but he was arrested on the piercing and then the stuff was added. You know, I don't blame the school welfare like ringing about being like, there's a welfare check if you're, because again, kids are more likely, kids will definitely, like I did for a long time, dismiss parents like bad behavior. Like I didn't, you know, I dismissed what my mum was doing to me for years before I kind of accepted what she was doing was terrible. Even though I knew that it was bad, I kind of was like, oh, it's fine, we'll deal with it. Like I put myself, I mean, I can't say I put myself, I was a child, but like, you know, I definitely dismissed and looked past a lot of problematic behavior because I was like a child and that's your parent. And I can understand that maybe the kid going into school and saying this happened and being a little bit flippant about it would then set off some sort of like red flags in like a teacher's mind, because then you're like, well, what is happening in that home? Because kids will naturally defend their parents a lot of the time. So it's I can understand the welfare check being called. I feel like there's a little bit more to the story than what we're actually being told, but I'm definitely torn because it feels extreme, but there was underlying stuff of other things that happened that would justify the arrest a lot more as well. I'm a bit confused why he wouldn't let him talk to the son, because if the police are being like, did you do this? And the father's like, yes. It's like he didn't want the son to say, oh yeah, he put me in a chokehold and was drunk. Like that feels a little bit like, oh, I don't want them to talk because he might say what actually happened. So that's why I feel like there's a lot of the arrest, because if he was going to be arrested on the piercing itself, he probably would have been arrested then, which is why I feel like he's probably arrested on the other things rather than the piercing itself. But then the charges officially got dropped in the end, so who knows? Who knows? So I don't really know what else I can say on the matter. This is definitely something that I really want your opinions on. Please share any of your thoughts down below. This has been a strange one. I don't normally do like news topics and articles like this, but if you want me to do more of these kind of videos where we look at stories and things that have happened, please let me know, because I'm more than happy to do it. I know we did do the woman with the tattooed face a little while ago, so yeah, let me know what you feel. Let me know what your comments are down below. Let me know what's going on, because I want to know. This is generally, I feel like it's going to be a very divisive one in the comments. But you know what? We are well and truly aboard that trigger train. We are speeding down the railway. We are about to crash off a cliff, and we're about to plunge to our death. Barbie! And we are back just like Jesus Christ. Oh, squat for Jesus. Oh, Jesus loved a good peach. Oh, Jesus loved to get raw dogged on the Last Supper table. Oh, Ghostface loved a good peach. Oh, I've got Ghostface on my bum now. That's why I'm saying that. Oh, squat for Ghostface. Oh, Jesus loved it. Anyway, Jesus, I thrust in you. If you see my Twitter, you'll understand. But anyway, yeah. Thank you for watching today's video. As always, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos that are coming up. Thank you for all the love. Let me know, yeah, as I said, let me know what you think down below. Today's Twitch shout out goes to Leaf_Mint. Thank you for following me over on Twitch. And if you would like to be in with the chance of being in the next Twitch shout out, come follow me over on Twitch. It's Roly West over there. We do multiple reaction videos a week. So we're actually going to be back on Friday. So come join me on Friday for some nice reaction fun. It's going to be a lot of fun over there. So thank you to everyone who's following me over on Twitch and join the Twitch family. Thank you to my lovely Patreons, whose names you can see on the side of the screen here. Thank you for being a Patreon. You guys are delicious. But an extra special shout out to my top tier Patreons: Rishi, Athena Barrington, Erin Grace, Jenna Beth Herman, Zoe Severe, Heather McFarlane, Christina Kyle, Benjamin Baker, Robin Scott Parner, Corin Pemberton, Bethard, Steffi Tech, Caitlin Wright, Chloe Louise, Shell Herman, and Kelly Bowser. Thank you for being my top tier Patreons. You guys are delicious. But anyway, be fabulous, be amazing, be gay, be everything you want to be, and don't let any bitch out there tell you that you can't be you. Why is that? Because you are flawless.